What's up, and welcome to Carter's Life. Everybody good? I hope everybody's good. Um, so it's been real good discussions I've been having lately, but I want to talk to you about arguments and understanding. People, we have to start understanding when we're in an argument. Sometimes you can argue with somebody and you guys are really wasting a lot of air on nothing. You cannot both talk at the same time. A lot of people try to overtalk the other one. A lot of people will say, well, I'm going to get what I got to say out and then you can talk. That means when I'm done talking, you're probably going to get interrupted at least 5 times. To understand what's going on in an argument, you have to be very clear on what you're arguing about. Some people are willing to argue about absolutely nothing that they themselves don't understand. You can sit there and complain. When you're complaining, that's not the same as an argument. That means you're just blurting out random stuff. Nobody's really paying attention to you. Actually, you're probably getting like 4 or 5 eye rolls and somebody begging you to be quiet. So let me give you this word. Sometimes if you let something fester for a long period of time, it's going to destroy what you're hoping you can salvage. They say when you walk a certain walk and talk a certain way to a person, that they may or may not accept what you're saying. I'm a firm believer in if you text somebody something, it's going to be misconstrued the wrong way every time, except the words "I love you." And even that can be misconstrued, because if you tell somebody in a text "love you" and you don't put the "I" in front of it, you may get some backlash. Understand that when you sit down and you try to figure out why things are going the way they're going, you have to first look at everything around you, including yourself, and say, hey, I probably caused this scenario. A lot of people will stand there and look at you and come up with all these reasons why things are different in their lives and the changes are going on. And you'll sit there and be like, okay, all right. When change is going on in your life, you don't have to say it because people will see it. Let me say it again. When change is going on in your life, you don't have to say it because people will see it. I say that because I argued and I didn't get any of the response that I needed. That person argued, they didn't get any of the response that they needed, because we were too busy trying to make sure that the other person got to say what they wanted to say, right? So let's just say you're just blah, 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 right? You said all you have to say, so when the other person's getting ready to talk, you're not listening. You have to be clear on a couple of things in your life, and they go as such. Am I prepared to listen? Am I prepared to take on the criticism that's going to come while I'm listening? Prepared to listen, prepared to accept. Some people are prepared to talk, but they're not prepared to listen or accept. You have to understand that if something is bothering you, you do not hold it in because you're scared that you may hurt the other person's feelings, or they may feel like you're bashing them. A person with an open mind and understanding is going to be able to accept what you're trying to say, and then they can ask a question on what they feel is being lost in the translation. You must be clear, though. Your mind has to tell you this is not to hurt you, this is to help you. Most people's mind is already set to defense mechanism mode, so you're going to be met with backlash. To be great, and I say this, to be great, you have to be willing to listen and participate in a conversation of understanding. A lot of people are like, wow, I didn't feel that vibe. But now you do. To walk down the street is nothing but a dark road until the street light comes on to brighten your path. That is understanding when you're in an argument. So always be prepared to understand what's in an argument isn't always meant to be a vindictive matter. Sometimes it's meant to be, at that moment, what you need to hear. If you close your mind because you know it may cause you to argue, then you're going to argue forever. Open your mind and your understanding. That way you can say, you know what? I was listening. I took that in. I accept that. But understand, not everybody wants you to understand or accept what they're saying, because then once you understand and accept it, they have nothing to talk about after that. You hear what I'm saying? They have nothing to talk about after that. When you finally sit down and you play back the conversation in your mind and you understand what people are saying, you don't have to be like, oh, I finally get it. Just a simple means you got it. You're not built for everybody. But the moment you find that one person that you can argue with and be understanding with, then guess what? You will have the greatest relationship time of your life. Because there's nothing like somebody understanding you from top to bottom, inside and out. Carter's Life.